Hi dear Deventers, I'm so excited to show you how I made this green lovely hat fit for a queen, don't you think? Do let me know in the comment section below. But before we get into it,
I would like to say a big thank you to all our subscribers, and for those just joining us, you are most welcome to the Ventcraft channel. We hope to say thank you in our next video because we are sure you would click that subscribe button. And everyone, please do ensure you like, comment, and share this video.
now here are the materials that I made use of. The hat blocking materials, you can check the description below. I will drop where I molded the hat so you can see the blocking materials that I used. But here I made use of princess mat in molding them. Now I would also drop a link on how to mold both the crown and the base because I'll show you after that. So this is the molded one that I've done, and I want to take off the thumb tags that are on it. In this method, I used the brush to put my stiffener. I didn't dip it in, and I think that's what I'm going to be doing from now on. So the next thing you want to do is put in your hat wire that you have already covered with bias. Now this hat wire is your 1.5 millimeter gauge. So you're going to place it in. Now this helps to keep your hat in shape so the circle is not squeezed. So I'm going to take my uhu gum now and I'm going to put it all the way round. I'm sure in my previous videos you've seen me use what do you call it, the candlestick with the electric glue gun. No, uhu gum is the best. When sun hits it, it remains. So I'm now using the north, south, east, west first of all to put it all together. Now ensure you allow it to dry up a bit before you start doing this. Then I'm gonna do that, peg it all the way round. As you would see, get enough pegs. I don't have enough pegs, but I was switching them from one place to the other. You won't see that here. I took that out, but ensure pegs are all around and you just leave it for a while to just glue by itself. Now I'm done with that. The next thing I do is take off the pegs. In case you see anyone that still lifts up, just put your glue there and leave it again to dry. So I'm done with that, and this is how it is looking good, isn't it? Let's proceed. Now I was like, this pleats, when you mold the crown, sometimes it gives you a pleat. It usually gives a pleat, so you give it a fine pleating. So I was like, let me use iron. I think I've used iron for cinnamon and it worked. Now this is princess mat. It didn't really, it was as if it was coming off. Do let me know in the comment section below if you have tried ironing. So I had to stop that anyway. Okay, so now I'm taking off the thumb tags and I'm done with that. Make sure you do that. So this is the piece of material left from the 2 yards that I made use of molding, and I'm going to be using this to make some various things. One of them you have already seen. Now this I have used my measurement tape to size the where I want to put this. Is a band I'm going to put around the hat, so you can see the chalk marks there. So I'm folding it to form like a bias, a very large bias, or should I say a band that I'm going to put around the hat. So depending on the height of your mold, and that's how your hat will come out, you're going to do something like this. But first of all, measure it yourself, the width, what you want, and then use your chalk and measure it on the remaining material that you want. If you want it to go all the way around, fine, but if you're making use of 2 yards, you won't have enough to go all the way around. So this is going to go just a part way before the flower covers that you saw there. So you're going to use your iron like so and get it all flat. Then I'm also going to do the edge. You don't want all these things sticking out of that edge, so I'm cutting it off, and I would also equally fold it so it doesn't start loosening from there on the hat. And I'm also going to give it a press with the iron. So keep watching and learning. Now for the remaining pieces that I had, I'm sure you have watched. If you haven't watched, please, I'll drop the link, or I'll put a link up on how to make this lovely trimmings, or I don't know, design that I did. Okay, now back to this. So this is what you're going to do. When you place your hat on top, can you see the circle that I drew with chalk? That was my hat markings. Okay, so I got one. I couldn't see the bend over there on this particular hat base. I don't know why, but I saw one particular one, so I measured it, and that's what I'm using, the same measurement to go around, so that I have it's uniform, the hat placed uniform. So you can do that, or if yours is well defined after you finish molding, no need to do this particular part. You just go to this next phase, which is to measure from one end of that circle top to the next, and you're going to divide it into two and put your chalk there. That would give you a place for how to start to cut that part. So I'm going to take my razor now and I'm going to make a small marking in there like that. Not just marking, you're going to tear it. Yeah, you give it a tear. Okay, now I'm taking my bias, which I have measured. That's the bias I'm going to use to cover inside. I don't want it to fully cover it inside, and that's your Petersham, sorry, not your bias, the black Petersham. So I took the measurement and now I'm measuring it from that other part to the measurement of the bias, because that's going to be inside the hat and I want it to be the bias to the Petersham to be able to cover it fully. The next thing you do is take your scissors and you're going to cut it all the way down to that first inner circle. Okay, then you cut it all the way round. Now this is the part that you're going to use to hold the hat inside the crown. Now this part, I've been thinking, I think I'm going to be able to use this circle part that was cut out to make something lovely. If you would like to see it, do write a comment below. Say, please do make something with the small circle. All right, then that may give me an inspiration. Okay, let's continue. So once you're done with cutting this off, the next thing you're going to do is what we call notching. So I'm going to be cutting from that inner circle to the outer circle like that. Please ensure you don't pass that outer circle. If not, it will be way beyond where the hat is meant to be. So as you do, just fold it up as you can see and keep watching and learning. Okay, so once that's done, you take a cloth and gonna clean all the way around. Now I decided to make use of my nail dissolver because it wasn't really coming out fully, and I was also seeing some gum stains around like so I took my nail dissolver and put in the cloth. Ensure the cloth you're putting it on does not bring out color. Best to use exactly the same color, actually, not like what I did. So you're going to use it to clean up all the stains you can see around and make the base looking lovely. So the next thing you want to do is take your uhu gum, and on that notched part you're going to be putting glue all the way on the glue. Keep watching and learning. Once you're done with that, give it a lift up, yeah, like so. So I'm going to be lifting up all the various parts. Once I'm done with that, I will take the crown of my hat and I would place it on top like so. Then I would turn it like so and wait a bit. Don't mind that I'm doing this right now. You wait a bit and then you start pressing it. As you press it, it will glue once it has stayed a bit. But if you try to do it immediately, it will just be flapping up back to you. So you're going to be doing this all the way around and ensure they all stick on the hat base. Keep watching and learning. Once you're done with that, you need to take your fishing line with your needle and you're going to sew it. Now remember, when you take it on the part that usually is going to be seen, you take it close to the fishing line back, and inside here you can give it a big gap and continue. Now you ensure you catch all the notches while sewing so that your hat doesn't separate. You know, that's why you have to sew, because glue after a while it says bye-bye. But this, you ain't gonna say no bye-bye. Alright, so keep watching and learning and ensure you do it all the way round. Okay, now remember the band that we cut out and folded with the iron. Now I'm going to use glue to ensure that it stays in its permanent position. So keep watching and learning. Okay, so before we fix that band, let us first of all put our bias on the rim edges. That should be the rim of our heart. So I'm going to be using uhu gum to place it there, and you'll see how I place it. Then, because you have to wait a little bit for it to dry before you place it and it doesn't go, I'm going to be doing a double placement here, meaning that I'm going to be taking the petersham also that I want to put inside the heart, and I'm also going to be gluing it. So once I put this uhu gum on the remaining part, I leave it to dry a bit. I'm gonna pick up my petersham that I dropped down there, and I'm gonna be placing it inside. Usually I cut off this edge like so that I just have it straight and looking neat, and then I'm gonna place it like so. Okay, so it's time to put glue on that one. So one is going one direction, the other is going the other direction. So I'm going to be gluing it all the way around. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I'm sure you have seen great reasons to click the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. And give me a thumbs up if you have enjoyed this video so far. Let's get learning. Keep watching and learning. Now I would be dropping the links of all the items that we used in making this Mako fascinator in the description of this video. So if you can't get it in your local store, you would have Amazon links, AliExpress links. Also, YouTube has given us a choice to be tagging the items on the video. I would also search for that and see how I can tag to make it easy for you to get all the products if you cannot find it in your local store. All the way around. Now we get back to our band. Now the band, we're going to put glue from the tip all the way around. You're going to make sure glue touches everywhere. Okay? That's a speed one. All right, then you take your heart and you get the location where you want to put the flower, and you ensure that this starts from the other side of the flower, and you're going to place it all the way around like I'm going to do right now. Keep watching and learning. Ensure you use your hand to press it all the way around like you see me do. It helps to ensure that it sticks and stays in position. So the next thing I'm going to do is take the velvet trimming that I bought. I don't know if it's called velvet bias, so let me know what you call this where you are. I called it velvet trimming. Looks like a velvet ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to put it all the way around like so. I actually checked initially. I was saying, should I put it on top, should I put it in the middle, and then I decided, okay, let's put it at the downside. Where would you have put it if you wanted to put this velvet trimming? Do let me know in the comments section below. Keep watching and learning. You now remember it has a gap, so that gap, that's where I'm going to be placing this big rose. Now if you can't find this in the market, or you want to make your own, I have a training in the Craft Academy Brooch Class 1, which shows you how to make this with foam poly. It shows the small size, so if you use this kind of material, this looks like a doll face, you can make the same. Instead of using, I think I used what do you call it, zigzag scissors to cut my own, you just make use of plain scissors and cut it into shape, and then you sew it like so. So you can join me. If you check in the description of this video, you would see the link to join the Craft Academy. Is a Telegram group, and you join and you go through the training at your own pace. It has other flowers and brooches you can learn to use to accessorize your hats, your turbans, and clothes, different things. You want to join that training. And if you get in today, that's the 6th of March to the 7th of March, 9:30 a.m., you can pay for 2 classes and get 1 free. Wow. Okay, let me show you how to sew this. Let's get back to today's training. Now, when you're sewing with your fishing line, you're going to ensure when you come out from this top, you take it inside through one of the petals so it is not seen, and you're going to sew it all the way around so that the flower is held on the hat firmly. So keep watching and learning. Now, once you're done with that, you want to sew the petals of the flowers to cover up those places and give it another new look. So the first thing I did was to take the fishing line from underneath so that the place that the knot will not show, and I'm going to be doing that all the way around. I'll take all the petals, the first layer of the petals, and put it around. Even one came on top, as you saw in the thumbnail rather of the YouTube video. But if you keep going on, I'm sure you would see it closely. So I'm going to be doing this all the way around. Okay, now I am actually excited. This was something I just thought of and formed. I hope you got to see the video on how this was made. If you didn't, please, I'll be dropping the link, as I said, in the description below. To shorten this video, I did this video and I posted it up last week Wednesday, so it's up, you can get it. And so I'm going to be using my fishing line, and you're going to be seeing how I'm going to sew it to the hat. I will show you one and then show you how I place the other, and I'm sure you're going to be able to do the same. Keep watching and learning. And that's how I made this pretty lovely green heart. Let me know in the comment section below, do you think it is fit for a queen? Remember, today and tomorrow you have 2 for 1. Now it ends tomorrow actually by 30 a.m. a free class. That's you buy 2 and get 1 free. If you enjoyed this video, please do give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, do click the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. And check out this next video.